I'm not stopping until I build the first 20-0 team in Madden 27 history, no matter how long it takes. Now, the first and honestly most important decision that we make in this video is what team we use for our starter squad. The team we're going to build upon to try and get that 20-0 record. Like, typically what we would do in this challenge is just start with a team like the Eagles, who are the highest rated in the game, and then build upon their already stacked roster. So like we might go with the Eagles. Honestly, the Rams would be a really good shout. The Ravens have a million pieces, so do the Chiefs, obviously. But I'm actually going to shock you guys and have a good reason for it. The team we're going to try and go 20-0 with, not the Browns, not the Bucks. It is the Los Angeles Chargers. You might be asking, RBT, why? They're only an 81 overall team. I mean, they're literally the same exact overall as the Las Vegas Raiders. So like, why are you making things harder on yourself? But let me tell you something, boys. At this point in time, I've probably completed over 50 to 100 simulations of Madden 27 franchise. And for whatever reason, the Chargers always win the Super Bowl. If they don't win the Super Bowl, they win 14, 15, at least 13 games a season. And again, does it make sense because they're only an 81 rated? But if they're already that good on their own as an 81 overall, imagine what I can build them to if I can actually improve the team a little bit. So unfortunately, this very well could be the wrong decision that ends up wasting like 7 hours of my life. But I think I have the mental prowess to know that I'm onto something here. I am actually just going to go with Jim Harbaugh as the head coach because he starts at level 26. He's going to have a ton of starting abilities. And with that, boys, here is to creating the first Madden 27 20-0 squad. I mean, looking at the initial roster, it's not terrible or anything. I mean, they have two great offensive tackles, Justin Herbert at quarterback, good young running back, and some good young wide receivers. At the same time, for a team that always wins at least 12 games in the first season of a simulation in franchise mode, there's still so many holes in this roster that are so easily upgradable. So for a team that always wins at least 12 games in the first season of franchise mode, if we can upgrade them just enough, maybe in this first season we can go 17-0. So in the defense, man, we could use a better free safety, desperately need defensive tackle help, and honestly probably could use one or two more corners. And I'll be totally honest with you guys, I genuinely have no idea why the Chargers do so good in simulation. Supposedly, they changed the entire playbook system to where the playbooks you have set don't mean anything. I don't know if it's like already hard-coded into the game how the teams do in Sim. So we are just going to be running like the base Chargers playbooks because me changing it doesn't really do much. You know what? Just as an initial test here, we'll start back in the preseason, but I just want to go ahead and simulate to the playoffs just to show you guys how good the Chargers do on their own with their initial roster. How funny would it be if they ended up just going 17-0 on their own here and this video ended up turning into a YouTube short? See what I'm saying, dude? That is actually so funny, dude. Our only losses to the reigning Super Bowl champions in Seattle, and quite the blowout loss to the Texans. We beat the Jets 59-0, which is insane. We only outgained them by 140 yards. Kate Klubnik threw 5 picks. All right, that's why. But that's why I told you guys, I feel like this 20-0 challenge with the Chargers, even though not the highest rated team in football, I feel like it's very, very doable. And also, I do want to say, I'm going to be using every exploit known to man in Madden 27 franchise to get this done, which is probably going to include me signing a bunch of these available free agents, but we'll cross that bridge once we get there. And even if we do sign these free agents, whether or not they actually play for us this season remains to be seen. Now let's talk strategy, boys. First thing we have to do is tear apart the rest of this division. We're obviously going to be making some trades to improve this roster, and what we need to do is target the teams in our division to make them worse since we play them twice a season. And if we make them worse, that means those games should be easier dubs than normal. Like, who we can steal off of these teams, I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of Broncos I'd love to get, but I don't know how many of these good players will actually be able to acquire. Also, like, some players this year have no trade clauses, so that'll make it a little bit trickier than normal. More than likely, you know, probably wouldn't be able to get Patrick Mahomes anyway. There's still some other players that we could possibly steal, who, if anything, will at least make the team a little bit worse. Although, outside of the big three, maybe out of the big four, I really don't know how many of these Raiders players would even help improve our roster. I don't think we have to really worry about losing to them this season. Which next strategy that might sound a little nutty is having to deal with draft picks. You might be asking, RBT, what do you mean by that? You see, we are currently projected the 22nd pick in the first round of the 2027 draft. Something that I do want to make sure we don't do this year is trade away this first round pick, because what I'm going to do, actually contradictory, is trade away this first round pick right here at the beginning. But I'm not going to be trading it for another player. I'm going to be trading it to a team who I feel like's first round pick is extremely undervalued or overvalued, however you look at it. For example, like the Chiefs. They own the 9th pick in the draft currently, is what it's projected. And that's built into the Madden trade value. Now, the Chiefs, they're not going to finish with the 9th pick in the draft. It's just not going to happen. They'll probably finish somewhere in the 20s. So if you traded for this pick right now, it'd be harder to get, than the pick from, I don't know, say the Buccaneers who have 15. But unfortunately, the Buccaneers are probably going to end up picking higher in the draft than what the Chiefs are. So you'd kind of feel screwed if you made that deal right now. But on the flip side, so I want to try and find a team like maybe the 49ers, whose first round pick I'd obviously be able to get straight up here. But maybe in the end, they actually end up having a stinky season, and this 27th pick ends up turning into a top 10 pick. So definitely know our pick's not going to end up in the top 10. And the reason I'm even going through this trouble is I don't think we're going to go 17-0 in the first year. And draft picks in Madden 27 franchise are valued more heavily than ever before. So if we could somehow get a top 10 pick, preferably a top 5 pick, and then trade down in the NFL draft, we will be able to accumulate so many draft picks, use those in trades to acquire superstar talent to maybe go 17-0 in season number 2 if my plan works to perfection. But I've got to find the perfect candidate. Like the Jags, they actually are enticing. Like I'd be able to pick up this 24th pick and maybe even a player. And again, like I said, this 24th pick, if the Jags have a bad season, could very, very easily turn into a top 5 pick. Or the Panthers at 19 are enticing, boys. I would have to throw in a little bit extra. But the Panthers in this franchise could very, very easily end with a top 5 pick. I will say, out of all the options, it is the Jacksonville Jags that intrigue me the most. I don't feel like they'll end up with the top 5 pick, but possibly top 10. And at the same time, I could get something else out of this deal that I could use in a trade myself this season. So let's see. Like, moving down 2 spots currently in the draft. Genuinely, no idea at all what I can get, but we'll learn through trial and error. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we're actually gonna end up with nearly as much as what I thought. Oh, it's gonna be a lot worse than what I thought, if I'm being honest. What in the world? Oh, this game makes no sense. I can't even get a 6 and a 7. That's nuts. I can't even get just a 7. Dude, you will see later in the video how insane the trade logic is surrounding draft picks. It's nuts. But the beginning of the season is totally different. That is so funny that I cannot even get a next year's 7. You know what, though? I'm just going to trust it. A straight up swap for the current projected 24th pick. And despite not getting like what I thought I was gonna out of this deal, I have a sneaky suspicion that it's gonna work greatly in our favor. Now, fellas, I think we're on to signing some of these available free agents. We do have quite a bit of cap room available. Now, off the rip, I'm probably just gonna sign as many as we can afford, starting with the biggest position of need, which is Kevin Zeitler here at offensive guard. Now, if this just so happened to be your first Madden 27 franchise video you watch, signing the free agents during the season is a lot more extensive than what it used to be. I guess it's better than only being able to offer 1-year contracts. I don't think Kevin's gonna ask for way too much money. Only has 54% interest. We'll just keep adding money till he's happy. Oh, now it says Kevin's willing to take less. Okay, after just upping the salary, let's immediately lower it. See what he says to that? That doesn't make any sense. He wanted the bigger salary, then immediately got to give us a discount. That's fine, though. Got Kevin. I'm also going to try and sign Bobby Wagner here. What if I threaten to sign somebody else? Like, we get mad at that? His interest actually went up. Funny enough, we are close. Let's walk him through the full value of the deal. Oh, we are so close. We are so close. Come on. He's at 98%. I actually got the salary down a bit. 100%. Ended up getting Bobby Wagner for less than what I even offered initially. Means we still have $28 million in cap room, which means we also should have enough to bring in Tyreek Hill here. And again, keep in mind, I have a reasoning for doing all of this, not even just trying to go 17-0 this season. Because, like, trust me, for this challenge to work, for you, like, you even have a chance to go 17-0, then 20-0 after the playoffs, you got to have a big boy plan in your brain, which I do think I currently have. But that big boy plan, it does consist of signing Tyreek Hill. Hopefully, we'll have a little bit of cap space left over after this. Starts off with 61% interest. Okay. I emphasized playing time and he immediately signed. So with that, Tyreek Hill's been signed, and we still got 17 million cap space. Honestly, for now, I think I'm going to keep on rolling until I run out of money. See how cheap we can get Harrison Smith for? All right, got him for $6.8 million. Unfortunately, though, I don't think we're going to have enough money for Joey Bosa. We do need another cornerback, and I could possibly afford Kenny Moore here. Offered him under what he was asking for, but going to emphasize immediate playing time, up to 90%. Come on, Kenny, just go ahead and accept. Don't be the first person to decline. Okay, he ran out of patience. That's fun. So unfortunately, he won't be a part of the project. Now, he's not like a big sexy pick or anything, although he is big. Like, we do need defensive tackles, so I am going to try and sign Daquan Jones. There we go, boys. Got ourselves our new defensive tackle, which unfortunately only leaves us with $5 million in cap space. But before I've really done anything too significant, we've already got the team now up to an 82 overall, with an 84 offense and 81 defense. Honestly, a bit surprised not even higher than that. I mean, we got got 88 rated Bobby Wagner now. Harrison Smith's a big upgrade. How did we only go up 1 overall from that? But outside of me just trying to get starters for this season, I will explain a little bit why I'm going about this, because these players might be massive, massive pieces for our future, which, you know, might not seem like that from the surface considering Bobby Wagner's 36 and all. But again, the self-proclaimed big boy plan that I do have in my brain, all will be revealed in due time. Now, next course of action is going ahead and trading away a bunch of the fringe players that aren't going to play for us. Like, we still have cuts we have to go through in the preseason, and their players are going to get cut anyway, so we might as well try to get some draft picks out of them. Packers just gave me a 4th round pick for this. Specifically, going to try and get rid of players that have pretty big cap hits for backups, because we're quite desperately going to need that cap space before the season starts. That's insane. Titans just gave me a 3rd round pick for this garbage, which also saves me like $10 million. Another 3rd round pick we get for this garbage from the Falcons. Another 3rd round pick, and somehow we just got a 2nd round pick from the Rams, which has officially freed up a total of $18 million, while at the same time picked up an extra 2nd and 3 extra 3rds. And again, fellas, we're just getting started, although now we are going to advance into the regular season, just so the other preseason cuts get made so we can free up some more money, because we're going to need as much money as physically possible to work with here. About $20 million, we'll take it. But everything we have done up to this point, boys, has just been setting this roster up to complete our next task, which is pretty much, if we want to right now and can afford to, trading away almost every single pick that we have for the next 3 years until we run out of money. Again, the only pick that's off limits here is that 1st round pick that we picked up from the Jags. And again, with how heavily they weigh draft picks this year, I really feel like we're going to be able to bring in some pretty good talent with what we got. Again, with only $20 million, I don't know how much we're actually going to be able to afford, but you best believe I'm going to try my best to squeeze out every last penny here. Now, again, I told you guys, I want to try and target the teams in our division, but like players like Brock Bowers, I just don't feel like there's a chance. I mean, I do have multiple seconds, and you see that, dudes. It is literally over halfway to being accepted already. It just actually, I feel so much promise here. Or do I use that instead on like a Quinn Miners? All right, the valuation's quite a bit off here. I think I'm actually gonna go back to this deal right here, boys. Brock Bowers. Like, I didn't expect it to be the first deal we tried, but a little bit too late at this point. I mean, it's gonna definitely take quite a lot, but again, I showed you guys, we're already over halfway with those 2 2nd round picks that we have. So we have multiple 3rds that I'm willing to deal, getting even closer. Oh my God, dude. We are literally, if we could add in like 1 more draft pick. If I turn one of these 3rds into a future 2nd, would that be enough? Oh, this is disgusting. There it is, boys. There it is. Brock Bowers is your newest member of the Los Angeles Chargers. It took more than what I wanted to. Took David Njoku, they just signed in real life not too long ago, 3 seconds and 2 thirds. But we get Brock Bowers, who is still on his rookie contract, and it barely even cost us that much money. But we are just getting started, boys. We are just getting started. And something I've noticed in franchise, like when you trade for a player, they immediately want to talk about a contract extension. So I guess we go ahead and go in for Brock Bowers. And again, this only gets tacked on at the end of his rookie contract, so it's not really going to hurt us that much. I guess we just keep going until he says yeah. It keeps giving me the same options over and over again to reduce his salary and add a year. By the end of this, dude, he's gonna have a 10-year contract, which is fine by me. He's legitimately gonna have an 8-year. He's gonna be locked down until he's 40 years old. Dude, I'm not kidding you. It continuously lets me, it's the same options over and over again. Come on, be enough, be enough, be enough, be enough. Brock Bowers has locked down for literally the next 10 years of his life, but on a relatively cheap contract when it comes down to it. And with that addition, boys, now up to an 84 overall team, and we still have so many more draft picks that we can use in trades. I do want to go ahead and try to get a better long-term starter at center if possible. There it is, boys. Traded Tyler, a future 2nd and a 4 in Kamani Vidal, for Tanner Bortolini, a 24-year-old young center who's still on his rookie contract. And with that, we've already brought the 15-win team from an 81 rated to an 85. And immediately, Tanner wants to talk extension with us. All right, there it is. 5-year contract extension. In comparison, we actually got him on the cheap. We reduced his salary like 3 times. This is like the only option you get half the time. But it worked, I guess. And we still got $18 million to work with. And not to mention that we still haven't even used a 1st round pick yet. Oh, I got an idea, boys. Could we get Rashee Rice on the cheap, considering he only has 1 year left on his contract? And that way, the Chiefs wouldn't have that good of a number 1 receiver moving forward. Because again, one of our immediate goals is trying to hurt our division rivals as much as physically possible in the immediate term. And I have no idea what it's going to take here. I mean, we're kind of getting somewhere. Trey Harrison III's already got it over halfway. Oh, we are getting somewhere, boys. We are getting close. 2 4s added in. Couldn't you just accept it at this point? I mean, we probably could just go ahead and throw in like our lowest rated player on the entire team. And with that, Rashee Rice is officially a Los Angeles Charger. Now, he is somebody we are going to have to lock up immediately. Huh. I didn't, that sounded wrong, but it still stands. Hopefully we don't have to lock him up long term. Him in Los Angeles, we need him on his best behavior here. Funny accidental choice of words. I do want to try and lock him up. Lock him down as long as we can in terms of a contract, up to like a 5-year extension at this point. Oh no. Rashee Rice demanding significant increases to the bonus? Oh god, I'm just not doing an $8 million bonus increase. It's just not happening. I'll increase the bonus and decrease the salary if that works for you. Up to 89%, but we're starting to run out of time. I'll raise it by $1 million. There it is! Rashee Rice, locked down long term. Hopefully not in prison, though. Ooh, immediately that has Quentin Johnston wanting to request a trade, I think. Which honestly, now that I think about it, could possibly be for the best. Now, here's a crazy one. What are the odds we could get Pat Surtain off the Denver Broncos? They do want Quentin Johnston. I just want to see if we just submitted this. There's a little bit of interest there, a little bit. Now, I absolutely would be willing, obviously, to throw in one of my first-round picks. But again, keep in mind, we're keeping this one. We're really banking on the Jags having a really bad season. But a 2028 first-round pick, ooh, might be a little bit too far out of our price range, boys. Is there anybody from the Broncos that could improve us? I mean, I already mentioned Quinn Miners. He could be our long-term right guard. Let's see what they say. It's a little bit more than halfway, but again, I think that's a little bit out of my price range. Now, I'm about to really, really like this swap. We bring in Joey Porter for Quentin Johnston, our worst corner. 3rd round, 5th round, 4th round pick. But that's probably our long-term number 1 option at the cornerback position. Which again, just like everybody else, wants to immediately negotiate his contract extension. Ooh, starting to run out of time, unfortunately. Okay, I think we're going to get somewhere. We'll just guarantee one of the years. And with that, Joey Porter locked down for an extra 5 seasons. And somehow we have more cap space than what we started with. And keep in mind, boys, we have still yet to use one of our first-round picks, which we have 2 of, not to mention a couple more 3rd-round picks. What are the odds we can get Hufanga and just play him at free safety? Because I do need to hurt the Broncos at least a little bit here. Like, I don't even know if a first-round pick would be enough. Oh no, I don't even think it's going to be close, unfortunately. Okay, so we threw in Mickens and it made it get a little bit closer. Now, I'd rather not use my 3rd-round picks if I didn't have to, and this is gonna be so expensive. We are super, super close, though, to dealing a big blow to the Denver Broncos secondary, and I do think for what we're trying to do, it's going to be worth it. And with that, boys, let's welcome Hufanga to Los Angeles. Which, again, even though he was locked down for a while, wants that contract extension, I think he's actually going to take a discount here. And he does, up to 100%. Let's go. Now, with the pickup of our long-term option at free safety, that frees up the possibility of trading away Harrison Smith here. I don't know, like, what his, like, you know, trade market is at the age of 37, but he is an 87 overall superstar. And again, that's part of the reason we signed these guys. They're too high-rated players just to be sitting there in free agency. And again, I don't know, like, they're offering me Troy Franklin in the 5th. I mean, we do need defensive tackle help. It's just all about trying to accumulate the most value, like, physically possible. And since we have somebody starting over him now, might as well try to get something for him in return, even though it probably won't be much. Wait a minute, boys. We are getting mighty, mighty close to a pretty crazy trade here. Trades declined. Why? Hello? The trade meter is full. So we figured out the issue and ended up getting a massive haul from the Ravens for Harrison Smith and some garbage. We got a 2nd-round pick from this year and a next year's 3rd that we can use in a trade, which something I'm eyeing right now is a long-term option at the defensive tackle position. Ooh, hold on a second. Hold on a freaking second. We are cooking, boys. Oh my god. There it is. I'm absolutely gonna have to go and sign a lot of depth. But we just got Jalen Carter from the Philadelphia Eagles for Tier Tart, Trey Lance, that second that we just got from the Ravens, the third we just got from the Ravens, and a 2029 third. That, I think, is our long-term solution to the defensive tackle solidified, which has immediately got our teams overall up to an 86 with an 87 offense and 85 defense. Just keep in mind again, the 81 overall version of this team won 15 games in the first simulation, which, like, you know, I highly doubt we're going to go 20-0 this first season, but I think at least we are starting to set the building blocks. Especially when you consider I still have another first-round pick to use, which I feel like it might need to be one of the long-term offensive guard positions that we upgrade here. Or maybe go ahead and get a long-term starter middle linebacker behind Bobby Wagner. You know what? Actually, let's go ahead and just do the trade finder thing. Throw in this 2029 first and see what teams are offering me. That's horrible. That's even worse. Okay, I'm depressed. Honestly, wish I didn't look at this. What are these offers? These are some of the worst offers I've ever seen in my entire life. Ooh, I feel like we can work with this. I mean, especially considering we have like a multitude of day 3 picks. I don't know though if that's gonna be enough. It barely even budged. I mean, I do have my own rookie Jake Slaughter that we could trade away. I would rather not, but I mean, if it gets me Tyler Smith, might as well try it. Trade's accepted just like that. Oh man, I feel like it was worth it. Crazy though, the team didn't bump up to an 87, but it's been a good start. I mean, the offense is up to an 88, defense up to an 85, and more than likely, I'm not gonna find much for these extra 7s. And we somehow still have $16 million in cap space. I do unfortunately need some depth though. Calais Campbell's sitting there, and we need defensive tackle help, so I'll try to sign him. All right, made it easy on me. Leaves us about 15 mil to work with. We don't have a backup quarterback in the entire roster, and I really can't afford any of the better ones. Who'd be a funny guy to sign? I'll just go with the worst one. I can emphasize immediate playing time. I'm gonna lie to him just so I can get him for cheaper. I'm not gonna be mad, you know, if Tim Boyle requests a trade. We need cornerback help, so we'll try and bring in Sean Murphy Bunting. We got him to accept a hometown discount, and I don't even think he's from Los Angeles. I'm literally just lying to everybody about playing time. I mean, they're on 1-year contracts, so who cares? Signing 33-year-old Odell Beckham Jr. in the big 2026 is crazy, but we're here just for the vibes. Speaking of vibes, I need another tight end, so we're going to go after Taysom Hill here. Well, we're getting close. Again, I don't know if he's a California kid, but we're going to ask for a hometown discount regardless. And it was enough for him to sign. I need a backup running back to replace Kamani Vidal, and we're trying to get Nick Chubb here. Got him, no problem. Which, unfortunately, after that, we only have $3 million to work with, and I still need to sign 2 more players. So I'm going to have to go after some straight garbage. Malcolm Rodriguez here isn't garbage. He's a 74 overall will linebacker, which, oh, it's getting close. Oh, come on. Just go ahead and accept. We need 5% more interest. Oh, no, dude. I wanted Rodrigo. So it looks like we're going to have to settle for old Christian Ellis here, who is the same overall, not much older. And just purely for the vibes, we just went out and signed Michael Jordan. And with that, fellas, I think we are officially ready to roll for season number 1. Again, I don't know if we're going to complete the challenge this season. Probably not, but we have set ourselves up for the future. And you might be asking, RBT, what is this grandmaster plan? What I'm planning on doing for this first season is we're going to immediately go ahead and simulate all the way after we go ahead and complete the rookies. We're going to go ahead and advance all the way to the midseason or get to the trade deadline. And if at that point in time we've lost a game, the challenge obviously won't be completed this first season. And if that's the case at the trade deadline, what we are going to do is go ahead and trade away almost every single player that's on an expiring contract, especially the free agents we sign. Like Kevin Zeitler, he's going to be gone. Probably get something half decent for him. Same thing with Bobby Wagner, and same thing with Tyreek Hill, who at the wide receiver position probably should bring in a pretty good return. Oh, I forgot Jalen Carter wants a contract. Locked him in at the death. 5-year extension. To lose everybody that we traded for should be here the duration of this challenge if it doesn't take me 10 seasons to go 20-0, which it very easily could. But again, fellas, at this point, what we do is simulate to the trade deadline. And if at that point we have a loss, it's going to be fire sale time. So we've made it to the trade deadline, and we've lost 1 game. God dang it. The dream is over. Season number 1, and our only loss came to the Chiefs week 6. Like, we've had some big wins, man. Like, we beat the Cardinals by 29. We beat the Bills by 35, beat the reigning Super Bowl champions in Seattle by 13, beat the Broncos with that 1 loss in Arrowhead. We even beat who I think is the best team in football, the Rams, in Los Angeles by 2. And honestly, the most disappointing thing here isn't the fact that we're not going to complete the challenge in season number 1. The more disappointing fact is that the Texans are 1-6. If you guys remember, earlier in this challenge, I was thinking about swapping the Texans pick, but I thought they were going to do too good, and they might have the worst record in football this season. Let's see. Okay, to be fair, though, both them and the Jags are kind of stinking it up this year. Okay, so maybe I actually made the right decision, although I do know the Texans had the worst projected pick, so I probably actually could have got, like, more of a swap in that deal, but it's fine, though. It's fine. Neither of them is probably going to end up with, like, #1 pick or anything, since the Dolphins are literally winless. But at least at this point in time, fellas, it seems like the move has panned out, because we currently own the #4 pick in the NFL draft, and I'm telling you guys, that is going to end up being so important. That might end up being the best decision of the entire video. But again, fellas, with at this point, us not being able to complete the challenge this first season, it is time to begin our fire sale. And that is going to begin with the players on expiring contracts we're not going to bring back, aka Kevin Zeitler for starters. Now, I have no idea. Like, surely somebody's gonna... Nobody wants them. That's fun. I'm sure we can squeeze, like, something out of them. Unfortunately, there's, like, very few teams that, for whatever reason, have cap space at this point. Again, I would just, honestly, even take future draft picks if that's all we can get. There it is! We had to throw in faceless Odell Beckham Jr. in our third-string left guard. We get the Arizona Cardinals' second-round pick for next year. Now, out of all the players that I actually want to trade here, I feel like Zeitler is probably going to bring in, like, the worst deal. Like, I know Bobby Wagner's 36, just like Zeitler, but he's an 89 overall. So I feel like somebody, even though it says no offers, you saw we just got a second-round pick for Zeitler. Like, somebody's got to give me something for Bobby Wagner. Like, the only thing complicating things is, for whatever reason, like, very few teams outside the Broncos have cap space at this point. I'm not trading him. Oh, actually, I might trade him to the Broncos, because if they give me something for him, he's probably going to retire at the end of the season. So they could be, like, flipping an asset to us that they'll lose for the future, gain him for this season, which I can care less about. So this actually might be the best move for us. But I really don't know if any of these guys will, like, even help us at all. I mean, maybe Jalen Waddle would actually be kind of insane long-term if we could pull this off. Oh, his cap hit is actually kind of stinky next season. I don't want to have to pay $27 million a year for him. The Broncos can deal with that. Yeah, even Courtland Sutton's cap hit's insane. Maybe I'd just get a draft pick from him. I don't know. They just gave me their second-round pick for Bobby Wagner. That's fine. They can be better off the second half of this year. I'll just take an extra second that I could use here, but you guys know we are not done yet. It is now time to trade away Tyreek Hill, which unfortunately I'm going to have to get another receiver after this. But I'm assuming Tyreek Hill is going to bring something decent in return. Like, these actually aren't bad offers at all for a guy that's essentially just going to be a rental before he retires in the offseason. Jalen Petrie from the Houston Texans. Ooh, that's actually kind of enticing because we need cornerback depth outside of Joey Porter. Hold on a second. Is he on an expiring contract? Because if not, dude, that could be a crazy long-term option. No, dude, he has 3 years left on his deal. I don't know if he signed an extension. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be $14 million cap hit, which I definitely feel like is manageable. Fucking going to be an 88 rated cornerback by the end of the season. I feel like we just pull the trigger here, honestly. Unless they'll give me Kamari Lassiter instead. Ooh. See, he's still on his rookie contract. He's 23. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, there's somebody else, Dante Jackson, on an expiring contract. He's 30 years old, so he's going to get worse. I don't need him long term. Let's pair up Kamari Lassiter with Joey Porter. Submit it through. This, honest to God, might be my favorite trade that we've made yet. Now, unfortunately, I still need to find a way to get a receiver, which luckily I still have some half-decent rated players on the squad, and I also, as you guys just saw, picked up 2 extra second-round picks. So what receiver could we add to the team long term? Why are they about to trade me Malik Neighbors? You see what I'm saying? Like, I told you guys, like, the draft picks are weighted so heavy. I'm about to get Malik Neighbors, dude. Malik Neighbors. Oh, I might actually not be able to. I'm gonna have to do some finessing here, but I'm gonna figure this out one way or another. And then a 4th-round pick from the 49ers for Isaiah Simmons. Oh, we are so close. We are so freaking close, dude. Sean Murphy-Bunting thrown into the trade. Malik Neighbors is officially ours. I mean, I don't know about you guys, and I know it's like a very, like, small room, but this definitely has the making of a 20-0 wide receiver core. Why do they always want extensions immediately? Oh, the extension is close, but his patience is running thin. Let me just go ahead and fully guarantee the deal, and I'm hoping Malik Neighbors locked down in LA long term. Just crazy, because, like, this just literally came out of nowhere. And I still got that 2028 second to work with here. Ooh, and a player that I honest to God, could probably get an insane return for. His contract's about to expire, and I'd probably have to give him a lot of money, all while we still have Akeem Mesidor, who, funny enough, on his rookie contract is older than Thule, but like, right now, all really care about saving money, so we wouldn't be getting any worse from trading him away. I feel like we actually could pull off a pretty crazy deal with him and a second-round pick included. I mean, we got offered Tucker Kraft from the Packers. How about you guys give me Devin Lloyd and call it a day? Ooh, still quite a ways off here. I just actually did the lean forward in your chair meme in real life. Can we get Jack Campbell to be our long-term middle linebacker? I mean, I don't know if these 7th round picks are really gonna move the needle much. Might have to do a little bit more finessing. I actually think I'm about to get a 3rd round pick from the Packers for Nick Chubb in a 7th. Now the question is, will that be enough? Not quite. But if we throw in the other 7s, got a little bit closer. Do I even have anybody else that I could trade away? Ooh, still got Christian Ellis. Well, unfortunately, they can't afford. Ooh, maybe this is enough of a difference. Again, I don't think it moved at all. Instead, we just got a 4 and a 6 from the Patriots for Ellis. And the big question, boys, is that enough to bring in our long-term middle linebacker? Yes, it is. Now, I think we're finally done with all the deadline deals. Funny enough, I think we actually ended up making the team better as a whole. Now, we do have some big holes like Michael Jordan starting for us in the big 2026. But overall, as a team, I do think we made the team better. And we got a long-term starter, a middle linebacker, Jack Campbell, a long-term cornerback 1 in Kamari Lassiter, who is he already ready for a contract extension? Brother, you still got like 3 years left on your rookie deal. What are we doing? Oh, well, I royally screwed that one up. There's got to be a better free agent right guard than Michael Jordan, right? Wait, what's James Conner doing here? We have a ton of cap space, so like I would still like to win the Super Bowl, you know, this season if possible. That would make our team better overall wise. Everybody would get upgrades, even though we still didn't complete the challenge. So I'm not trying to like screw things up. Not like we're trying to tank for draft position since we don't own our 1st round pick. So I would just like to go ahead and just make the team as good as possible here. We have $63 million in cap space. So we got James Conner as our backup running back to replace Nick Chubb. We need a lot of defensive tackle help. Shelby Harris is sitting here. Got him locked down. I mean, I honestly should just probably go ahead and sign the best available free agents if we're serious about trying to win the Super Bowl, since we have all the money. So we officially locked down the veteran, Kyle Van Noy. I mean, screw it. I guess we should go ahead and also bring in Von Miller. So we officially got him locked in. We do need receiver help, so I guess we can bring in D-Hop. He's been busy coaching wide receiver at Georgia Tech, but he might would like to sign for half a season and go on a Super Bowl push. And he literally signed immediately. I think we'll also try to sign Moro Ajomo here. I love offering hometown discounts to guys that I'm like pretty positive are just not from California, but it helps every time. Well, let's bring in the guy that doesn't wear shoes. Funny enough, I also don't wear shoes when I go for walks around my neighborhood. I'm a hippie. Not in public, though. Never would do that. But there is a strong chance. Like, the chance of me stepping on glass in my neighborhood one day is definitely not zero. I love lying to all these guys about immediate playing time. Like, Matt Collins is just never going to see a snap. Now we're going to threaten to sign somebody else. We're going to bully him into signing for us. Let's go. It worked. Maybe you go ahead and bring in one more middle linebacker. Another one that was easy peasy. God, we still got to sign 3 more players. I didn't realize I got rid of like 15 different players at the deadline. Another half-decent veteran locked in. I mean, at this point, fellas, as we sign our last 2 players, I'm still holding out for a 16-1 season. I know that wouldn't complete the challenge or anything, but like finishing 16-1 in our first year would really make me extremely confident that we could actually complete this challenge in season number 2 after a massive offseason. Because you guys have already saw what I've done this first year. We haven't got to an offseason yet. And again, I would still love to win the Super Bowl this first season. Aw, missed out on Jordan Poyer, unfortunately. You know what? I'm gonna sign Austin Eckler, bring him back to Los Angeles just because he followed me on Instagram the other day. I was really excited, then got really depressed because I think he just wanted me to sign up for his app. But you know what? I'll still sign him just to say thank you for the follow, even though I think it was for nefarious reasons. Appreciate you signing, but again, I don't want to promote your fantasy football site. Let's bring in Tyler Higbee. Get this over with. Now, with this signing, I think it's officially time we go and try and see if we can win the Super Bowl this first season, and hopefully go 16-1. Oh wait, after all of that, I didn't even sign a right guard. That was literally the entire point. I guess 72 overall Matt Pryor will have to do. So thankfully, got our new starting right guard locked in. Now, unfortunately, over the roster limit, and I was literally able to turn Austin Eckler into a 4th round pick just cause. But now we're officially ready for the second half of the season as the team comes in as an 87 overall, an 88 offense, and 87 defense. Again, boys, if the original Chargers roster was able to win 15 games, surely this team has a chance to go 16-1. And with that, Wish me luck, boys. And don't forget, we also need the Jags to have a stinky finish of the season since we own their draft pick. Hopefully, we get a top 5 pick from them. So at the end of the season, we finished with a 15-2 record, just like the normal team did. Now, unfortunately, the Jags did end up winning 5 games, which looks like that still was good for the second worst record in the AFC, because the Dolphins didn't win a singular game. That legitimately might be the first time in history that I saw a team actually go 0-17 in this season. That's actually so funny, dude. There's a couple of close losses, but the majority of them were by double digits. So unfortunately, we don't go 16-1, and unfortunately, the Jags don't finish with the worst record, but it ended up being a pretty good trade-off because we end up with the number 3 pick in the draft, boys. We could potentially pick 32nd. They got our pick, so like the Jags, they're in a world of trouble. But I just knew that was going to end up a massive decision. As good thing I didn't actually swap with the Texans. They had it, and I don't think they lost again second half of the season. Speaking of losses, who did we even lose to? Oh, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by the total of 2 points. We were 2 points away from going 16-1. We beat the Chiefs, who are the team that beat us earlier on in the season, 44-0. We allowed 113 yards of total offense, which is insane, dude. Absolutely just mental. I mean, Patrick Mahomes had a 33% completion percentage. So, like, I'm telling you, I know, again, we lost this game to the Chiefs in Week 6, but we very easily could have gone 17-0 this season, which really does fill me with confidence that we can get this done in season number 2, given a full offseason. And especially with what I'm about to do with this number 3 draft pick. But first, I just want to check a few things out. We finished with the NFL's number 2 offense, and defensively, we finished at number 1. Funny enough, it was only the Broncos that had a better offense than us. That's going to be tough, man. Like, if we were in an easier division, I would have a little bit more faith, but I still trust in the Chargers, man. I trust in the Chargers and Madden 27's love for them. Now, Justin Herbert, fantastic season, 4,700 yards, only 3 picks. Dude, Armarian Hampton with 20 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. I was thinking maybe in the offseason we needed to upgrade a running back, but apparently not, because he's an absolute baller in this offense. I was thinking maybe getting like a 95 rated running back, but again, like if he's putting up these numbers, we will be fine. 3 1,000-yard receivers, by the way, although half of Malik Neighbors' stats came in the first half of the season. 1,400 yards from him total. Rashee Rice with 1,200. Brock Bowers with 1,100. That's the best season by far I've ever seen a tight end put up in Madden 27 franchise, so that's fun. But unfortunately, that resulted in the lack of production for Ladd McConkey. There's only so many targets that can go around, but still, at least he put up 7 touchdowns. Defensively, Jack Campbell, big season. Khalil Mack, 13.5 sacks. Akeem Mesidor, the rookie, with 10. He could have very easily won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now, Khalil Mack, I did lock him down to a long-term extension, but the thing is, the game doesn't care about that. He's 35 years old, so there's a very good chance he retires, which could screw us, honestly. If he retires, we're going to have to find ourselves a good pass rusher, because we're not going to go 17-0 without a good pass rusher. But I'm hoping that long-term extension at least keeps him around for another season. Herbert came in 3rd for the MVP race. We did win Coach of the Year with Jim Harbaugh. And unfortunately, no, Akeem Mesidor barely even came in the top 5 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. But at the end of the season, boys, the team we have built going into the playoffs is all the way up to an 89 overall. And if we're being honest, dude, I think we're heavy Super Bowl favorites. I mean, the Chargers typically win the Super Bowl in year 1 of franchise anyway. And with the team we built up to this point, especially considering we just beat the Chiefs, what, like 44-0 2-3 weeks ago, we got to be heavy favorites, and we got to make it all the way, right? Which I suppose we'll just go ahead and simulate all the way to the Super Bowl here. Not the worst thing in the world if we don't win it. And what I tell you guys, like, it shouldn't be a surprise for anyone. Now, how did we get here? We barely got past the Ravens 13-10, barely got past the Texans 27-24. So I don't like that. Like, surely though, like, even if it's by 3 again, we should be able to take down the Buccaneers and win the Super Bowl. Come on, more than anything, I only care about this to give our players as much of a boost as physically possible ratings-wise going into season number 2. Holy crap. Oh, we just won the Super Bowl 47-7. I didn't expect this. 20 points we put up in the 4th quarter. Just complete domination, man. A team that very easily could have gone 17-0 this season. But I suppose we'll have to settle for 15-2 in the Super Bowl. But you give me one more crazy offseason with what I have planned. And I'm actually fairly confident that more than likely than not, we will be completing this challenge next season. Let's see if we actually got any big upgrades here. We had off the rip Justin Herbert improve up the Superstar X Factor. So that's actually going to be huge because I know he's like approaching 30, but that should give him another big season to go up in overall with that X Factor. Also, outside of that, after his big season, our Marion Hampton up to Superstar, so maybe we can get him into the 90s. I mean, he's already to 89 apparently. I mean, his team is so good, dude. Henley up to a Superstar. Derwin James unfortunately lost his X Factor. Okay, still one of our cornerbacks that we started with, he's up to a Superstar. I'm telling you, dude, I'm so freaking excited for next season. Wait a second, where did Khalil Mack go? I told you guys, he locked in a contract extension. He's just immediately gonna retire. David Montgomery retires after one season in Houston. If your player's over like 33 years old, they're gonna retire after the first year, unfortunately. Derrick Henry's gone, Matt Stafford gone, Devontae Adams gone. Ooh, Travis Kelce and Chris Johnson retire after year one. So that should hopefully mean we don't lose to the Chiefs next season. But yeah, pretty much every free agent that we signed at the trade deadline, they all retired. There it is, Khalil Mack after 13 seasons, despite signing a contract extension. So edge is going to be a massive position that we have to somehow, some way improve this offseason. But I'm very, very curious to know how much money that we're even going to have to work with going into free agency. I'm going to franchise tag my punter just because I can. Now, Joe Alt absolutely picking up his 5th-year option, and I apologize, but literally not one of you guys are getting re-signed. So time for free agency prep. Hopefully we can see how much money we're going to have to spend. Hopefully there's good free agents. Hopefully a good edge rusher spawns. Let's go ahead and lock down Still to a long-term deal. And I don't know if that $52 million is how much we're going to have in free agency, but if so, we should at least be able to sign 1-2 good players. And after a little bit of back and forth here, boys, going to end off asking for a hometown discount. And that's enough for him to sign. Let's go. Still, our new superstar cornerback locked down for an extra 5 seasons. Ooh, now this says here I'm only going to have $37 million in cap space. Now, I'm sure if I needed to, I could restructure some of our contracts. Now, how much cash are we actually going to have to work with here in free agency? And I'm not going to lie, I'm so disappointed. This free agency is terrible. Oh, that is so disappointing. We actually have $69 million in cap space, which would have been great for there to actually be some good players here. But unfortunately, there's really not a soul that I care about. Like, maybe we could get some long-term D-tackle help, like maybe Ed Oliver. Ooh, Jervon Dexter could be decent. But if anything, this is just really going to be a bunch of depth signings. Actually, worst comes to worst, if we had to settle for Ezra Cleveland as a starting right guard, I feel like that would be fine. So there's not a lot of superpower here. I could just go ahead and re-sign Tooley, which would be hilarious, but I'm probably not going to do that. If anything, we're going to be able to get ourselves some half-decent depth here. So I actually start off with a quick little offer to Gervon Dexter. See how he likes this. Only 73% interest. Thing is, I could give him exactly what he wants, but like the chances of him actually signing are very slim. So I'm going to offer him and also offer Ezra Cleveland. He's honestly the big one. God, I feel like this is about to be such a massive overpay. But that's kind of how desperate I am. Offering like way over what he's actually worth, but the offer has been submitted. Hopefully we can get both those guys. And now that I actually think about it, boys, if I'm trying to like bulletproof our 17-0 season as much as possible, I still would like to get a better edge. But since Khalil Mack retired, I actually need to try and bring Tooley back. So hopefully he's not too mad that we traded him away for our Super Bowl push. Let's go in, boys, and see if we actually can bring him back. Okay, so he immediately accepts the offer. I'm assuming that's a good thing, which unfortunately, all that there is left to do at this point is just leave it up to the Madden simulation system. I will say this is the worst batch of offseason #1 free agents I've seen so far in franchise, but I just hoping we can get the players that we desperately need. So all we can do is advance to the next hour. We unfortunately didn't get Tooley. We did get Ezra Cleveland, and we did get Gervon Dexter. Funny enough, the one guy that immediately accepted our offer didn't sign with us. But okay, it's fine. Like, if you'd have told me beforehand we would have got 2 out of 3 targets, I would have been happy. Now, the only thing now is we're going to have to figure out, like, what to do with the other edge rusher position, but I'm sure we're going to have an opportunity to upgrade there. Because I am telling you guys right now, things are about to get crazy, and honestly, I think I just want to go ahead and get crazy right now. Before we even get to the draft, what we can do is begin to trade down from pick number 3. Honestly, though, let me see what offers are out there. You see what I'm saying? Jalen Johnson in a 2nd-round pick. Jared Verse in a 2nd-round pick. Yaya Diaby in a 1st-round pick. Creed Humphrey, Devon Achane, Devonta Smith, Brian Burns in a 2nd. Josh Allen in a 2nd. Breece Hall in a 2nd. Max Crosby. Holy crap. Oh man, this is interesting, boys. But here's the thing. TJ Watt's getting offered, Jeff Simmons. I think if we waited until the draft and just traded back and accumulated extra first-round pick after extra first-round pick after extra first-round pick, we might actually would end better off than if we just were to take this Max Crosby trade right here, right now. It's tough. It is tough to pass up on this, boys. But I do think for our future, that's the right decision. Now, the thing is, there's still a very real chance we could land him. I never thought he was even a possibility. But I told you guys, once you get to the offseason, the draft picks are weighted so heavily. As it's about time for things to really get serious. This is where I gotta put in some work. I gotta grind here, because these draft picks could really change the entire trajectory of this challenge and really make it very, very possible for us to go 17-0 in season number 2 here. But hopefully, I end up better off trading back a couple times than I was with Max Crosby himself. Because if not, I'm gonna look stupid. God, the Jets have 3 top 11 picks. Let's go ahead and advance straight to our pick at pick number 3. Dude, the amount of damage I could have done if we actually ended up with the number 1 pick would have been insane, but we're still about to do some crazy stuff here. Oh, you guys, I'm not going to lie. These offers aren't as exciting as what I thought they were going to be. Like, yeah, the Buccaneers are offering me 3 first-round picks. I did a rebuild the other day, and the offers I got then were extremely better than what these offers are now. So now, I'm a little worried, because at this point, I would have rather took the Max Crosby trade. Because, like, this is horrible. Like, trading back 11 spots for a 3rd and a 6th, and that rebuild I did the other day, I would have got like probably 2 extra firsts. Very curious. I know they did do an update on Madden today. Today I'm recording this, they did an update. So I'm wondering if that changed things. Because these offers are definitely not nearly as crazy as previously. Because like right here, dude, moving back 6 spots in the top 10 for a 5th and 2 7th, get out of here. So I might actually just immediately here try to trade for Max Crosby. And if it does not work, I am going to feel very, very dumb. What are the odds I could also bring in Colton Miller here? That'd be insane. Max Crosby and Colton Miller. And I have a bunch of other draft picks I could throw in too. And I am gonna have to throw in a player so I can afford this actually. All right, throw in the trade. It is so close. It is so freaking close, dudes. Now, what I can actually do, it would screw us. It would definitely screw us in terms of the dead cap we pick up. But I could just go ahead and throw in Ezra Cleveland, who we just signed. Unless maybe Travis Burke will be enough to see this deal through. Fellas, we just brought in Max Crosby and Colton Miller in the same exact trade. Yeah, it took a 4. Yeah, it took a 6. Yeah, it took our young backup right tackle. But brother, I don't care, because we're trying to go 17-0 this next season. We have no more draft picks now. Actually, I do. Funny enough, do have a pick in the 7th round, which if we're being honest, there's probably nobody else left that's even good. This guy who's kind of strong at left tackle, Jack Covington, oh, he's gonna be horrible, isn't he? Just tell me he's like not. He's one of the worst players that has ever existed in my entire life. So let's pretend that ever happened as we advance to the end of the draft. Still a lot of work to do before we get into season number 2. I thought we were about to have like 7 first-round draft picks to work with. I thought the trading back was going to work. It didn't, but I still got Max Crosby, so it's fine. It was a 78 rated kicker. So I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and bid on him. Okay, so a lot of back and forth there, and he hasn't accepted until I ask for a hometown discount. I love when that spawns because it always works. And now, unfortunately, I really do want to go after this wide receiver, Jordan Caldwell, because you see there are so many interested teams. That means he's going to have hidden dev, 72 overall. Like, he's a little short, but I mean, he's still going to be good as an undrafted free agent with hidden dev. Ooh, it's asking if I want to restructure a bunch of contracts, which I probably need to do because I need extra money right now. We'll go ahead and convert 75% into a bonus. And I don't know how much money that actually saves me right now. We now have, oh, it didn't even change. What if I delegate the deal? Okay, that actually gave me extra cap space this season. Why didn't the Herbert deal work? That should give me enough money now to sign this undrafted free agent. And with me knowing he's pretty dang good, I won't mind overpaying quite a bit. He just accepted right off the rip. Again, I don't know if that means he's gonna accept or not. He didn't accept. I look at that, dude. I gave him a way better offer than that. I really don't think the offers even matter. I didn't get the kicker either. So that just, again, just a massive waste of time. Let's finally advance this bad boy into season number 2, where there's still a lot of work to be done. Training camp being part of it. Unless I'm completely mistaken, we now have a 2030 pick spawn, which means we have another 1st, another future second, another future third, and some extra day 3 picks to work with. Now, the big question is at this point in time, if we needed to upgrade somewhere, like what position? So we don't really need anything on offense. We're set at all the skill positions. Offensive line's got to be the best unit in football. We're already up to a 92 overall team. Justin Herbert's as good as ever. Defensively, I don't even know what to upgrade either. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could add ourselves a better defensive tackle number 2. And also something that I'm thinking is maybe getting a really good backup running back, because for whatever reason, I always see backup running backs like get a ton of touches. I see them score like double-digit touchdowns all the time. So I'm assuming the better backup running back we have will maybe even give us more of an edge in the simulations. So maybe here we just genuinely go after another defensive tackle and a backup running back. I know that doesn't seem crazy, but like every little upgrade at this point in time counts. Now, what like half-decent backup running back could I get for a package like this? Oh, dude, I've giggled a lot like that today. I am still learning the trade logic in this game. It is exorbitantly different than like the last 6 Maddens. But let's just go ahead and welcome in Zach Charbonnet to our roster as our backup running back to our Marion Hampton. Took Keaton Mitchell, bunch of day 3 picks, third, future 4, but I definitely think it was worth it. Now let's see if we can upgrade upon Justin Egboigbe. See if I can get away without using my first round pick just yet. Oh, could I get Zach Allen and hurt the Broncos a little bit? Unfortunately, not as close as what I'd like. Actually, hold on a second. Do I do this? Do I try and take Nick Benito from him? I genuinely don't know if it's possible. In return, I'd definitely be willing to get rid of Akeem Mesidor. I mean, at this point, like, he is just a year younger than Nick Benito. So with the second attached, not even close. Do I just go ahead and just rip it? Do I just get rid of the first round pick here? Let me try it. Not accepted. Not accepted. I want so badly to hurt the Broncos, but they're being stingy. I mean, all things considered, I'm really not getting offered anything too crazy for that first round pick. What is this? What are the Eagles doing? Well, yet again, another shocker. We get Walter Nolan. Walter Nolan, former first round pick, did take a Boygby, took a second round pick, a 7 and a 6, but you best believe we will absolutely take it. So again, we still have a first round pick at our disposal. I just really don't know where to use it at. Like, the only thing I genuinely can think of is just maybe upgrading Mesidor to a better pass rusher with it. I mean, he is only an 83 overall, so let's see if we can package him and this first round pick for hopefully one of the best pass rushers in football. I mean, pairing up like at least a 90 overall with Max Crosby would be just absolutely insane. See, it gets tough, man, because like TJ Watt would be incredible, Will Anderson would be incredible, but they both have no trade clauses at this point. Greg Rousseau might actually be my best option here, and they're going to accept right off the rip. All right, boys, I think we have done all that we can possibly do here. I literally have no more draft picks to use. I could go ahead and give out a couple extensions. At least, if anything, guys, like everybody that we brought in is locked in for a long time. So if we don't go 17-0 this season, we should have just as good of a chance next year. Got Walter Nolan locked in long term. But now, boys, officially time to take this team through training camp to bump up the squad overall as much as physically possible. Starting off with the bucket drop here, Justin Herbert. Gold on the very first attempt, which with the John Harbaugh boost will get him 2 skill points and 4,000 XP, which is going to bump that overall up to a 97 with his morale boost, which is an actual 93. Now time to do the same here with our Marion Hampton. And if you get gold on some of these drills, guys, don't forget, you have a chance, although be it a very slim chance, at upgrading their dev trait. So if we gold this, there is a chance that we can get them up to a superstar X Factor. Which, ooh, not off to the best start. Which somehow we were still able to get gold on the very final play, which we'll definitely take. Now, the question is, did we get that dev trait increase, which would be massive for his potential this season? Nope, only got 1 skill point, which is still good enough to finally get him up to a true 90 overall, which we'll definitely take. Ooh, now time to see if we can get Malik Neighbors to X Factor. Okay, so even though we're going to fail on this last attempt, oh, we barely got gold by 22 points, but was it worth it? An extra 2 skill points, I guess, is nice. Oh, and with the XP, it actually got him 3 skill points. So Malik Neighbors is about to go all the way up to a 93 overall. I mean, if you can build upon last season, he might break the all-time NFL record this year. Still have a little more training camp to complete. This time, I think we're going to try and upgrade. I guess we'll upgrade Rashawn Slater. This drill is honestly one of my favorites because it's one of the easiest. Again, boys, about to get gold. I believe, on the very first try. Let's go. I really hope one of these end up actually panning out for me. I can actually get an X Factor. An offensive line X Factor would be insane, by the way. But nah, it's just another skill point, which brings our franchise left tackle up to a 95 overall. And it's a tough one. Should I get Max Crosby up to a 98, or should I give Jalen Carter or Greg a little boost? I'm not gonna lie, I misclicked on Max Crosby, but it's fine. Let's get him up to a 98, maybe even a 99. Which doesn't help this drill at all that we actually have a really good offensive lineman. Another gold. Time to see, though, if that's enough to get him up to a 99. It's only one skill point. But, yeah, only good enough to get him up to a 98. Ooh, actually, that didn't even bump him up to a 98. That kept him at a 97. I guess we try and get Jack Campbell up to a 90. Another gold for Jack Campbell. Let's see if we can finally get our first dev trade increase. Nope, still haven't got lucky this preseason, but he is going to get up to a 90 overall middle linebacker. Still have a little bit of training camp to go, and I'm really hoping by the end of it we can get the team up to a 94 overall, which would be a little bit better than the original team that went 15-2. You know, out of respect, let's go Derwin James and see if we can get his X Factor back. We'll say this might actually be the easiest drill since I should not speak. I mean, I'm not complaining at all, but they actually just show you the route that they're running now. Like, if you can't get gold on this dude, you might need to find a different game. I need to stop talking. Oh God, am I even gonna get gold here? Throw the ball, please. Please. Oh my God, the last second. I almost look like a moron. Unfortunately, it wasn't worth the stress, though. Although it did bump him up to a 94 overall, and that is now training camp officially complete. So that means, my friends, we do go into the season as a 93. Didn't get that extra boost to 94, but that's fine, though. I mean, the lowest rated starter that we have on offense, I think, is maybe Rashee Rice or Lab McConkey. This team literally has zero weakness. I mean, stars everywhere. And even though we can't make any more trades at the deadline, I think what we're going to do is see if this season we can make it to said trade deadline undefeated at that point. Remember last year we had one loss. Let's see if this year we can get to that point unscathed. And at that point, this might just be the year where we become the first person to go 20-0 on Madden 27. Fellas, it might actually be happening. 7-0 on the season, and I just saw something insane. Not only are we 7-0, we are obliterating opponents. And not only are we obliterating opponents, we have played such a tough schedule up to this point. We beat the Broncos 44-3. We beat the Ravens in Baltimore 44-6. A tough win away from home against a really good Lions team. Squeaked past the Chiefs, squeaked past the Bears, and followed that up by putting up 66 points against the Cincinnati Bengals. 66 points is the most points I've ever seen a team score in a simulation in Madden franchise history, dude. I am telling you, fellas, we are on to something here. Now, like, the schedule doesn't get much easier. The Broncos are having a bad season. I think I saw they had 2 wins. But still, like, the Texans are good. Still got to play away from home against Kansas City, which, keep in mind, that's one of our 2 losses from last season. Packers aren't easy. Got to travel to Pittsburgh. We should be able to take down the Vikings. Should be able to beat the Browns. And then, of course, Week 18, got to travel to Philadelphia, who's probably the second best team in Madden 27 simulation. So even if we start the year 16-0, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to beat Philadelphia. But you know what, boys? Let's actually take this thing one by one, week by week. I know the Broncos are 2-6 and we beat them by 50 the first time we played them, but they're still an 87 overall team, dude. So I'd be rather upset if our undefeated season goes down the drain against them. Oh, talk about a win by the diameter of your pubic hair. 30-29. Took a 13-point fourth quarter comeback, but again, a win is a win, boys. Definitely not as big of a margin the first time we played them. Let's keep it rolling, boys, against the 4-4 Texans, a really good defense, but again, dude, we have built the best team in NFL history. I'm the most overpowered team in Madden 27. 37-13. A win's a win. You know what? Very confident. We're going to take down the Raiders here. It is a 12 overall team difference. We get this game at home. It is next week. But that actually worries me. I was actually a little bit closer when I wanted, 28-22. But again, we improved to 10-0 on the season. And like I told you, boys, this is the game that worries me. This was our first loss on the schedule last year. Although the Chiefs had Travis Kelce, they had Chris Jones retire. I don't know if they replaced them. I don't think they literally signed anybody. They have an absolute stud left guard they drafted. I know it's Patrick Mahomes. I know it's the Chiefs. I know it's Kansas City. But still, we should be able to get this win to improve to 11-0 on the season. 24-15. We do it again, fellas. This time taking on the 5-6 Packers. I am at the point where I am starting to get a little nervous. I mean, that was a game we dominated for the most part the entire time. Again, this is the National Football League, boys. All it takes is one little slip up. I mean, we almost lost to the Raiders. We almost lost to the 2-6 Broncos. So hopefully that slip up doesn't come against the Grossi posse this week. And then next week against the Steelers, I think we should be able to win that one quite handsomely because Aaron Rodgers retired. I don't even know who their quarterback is. Keep rolling, boys, into week 14. I mean, not even close. The most dominant team in the AFC right now. I mean, I think we should beat the Steelers by 3 touchdowns, but I wanted to see who their quarterback is at this point. I mean, they didn't have anybody, although they do have Rashawn Tobridge, who has turned into an 81 overall superstar as a rookie. 6'6", 235 pounds, by the way. Although the quarterback does look impressive and we are having to travel to Pittsburgh, if we fail the 20-0 challenge this season because of a rookie quarterback, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be upset. And it wasn't even close as we scored 37 points for the second consecutive week. And this week should be an easy one against a 5-8 Vikings team. Which, I'm being honest with you guys, I'm very, very confident that we're going to fly through these next 3 games. The Vikings should be easy. The Browns should be a demolition. We already beat the Raiders once. But then it's the Eagles, dude. I just know that week's going to give us problems. I feel like we're due for something crazy, like another 60-point ball game here. Although that might come against the Browns next week. 44-17, not 60 points, but I'll take it. Now, I will say, a little concerned that the 3-11 Browns are an 87 overall team. So it might not be as easy as initially anticipated. At the same time, 87 overall or not, it is the Cleveland Browns, boys. If we fail the 20-0 challenge this season because of the Browns, that's the simulation of the universe working against me as we win 45-21, 40 points scored for the second consecutive week. Oh my God, boys, we are 15-0. We are currently 15-0 on the season. Our division's having a stinker. Oh God, at this point in time, fellas, we have to win 2 consecutive away games to finish off the regular season 17-0, and then we still got the playoffs to go. Oh, come on, man. It's an 11 overall difference. We got this. We got this, boys. It'll all come down to week 18 against the 13-3 Philadelphia Eagles, which 24-0, a shutout, boys. A dominant performance. It all comes down to this. The Eagles look good, man. They look as good as ever. I mean, don't forget, though, we stole Jalen Carter from them, so at least they're not as good as what they could be. One more week to become the first team in NFL history to finish the regular season 17-0. And I think the first person to finish the regular season 17-0, Madden 27 franchise. It's not going to be easy. Sunday night primetime in Philly. Oh, come on, brother. This would be one of the biggest heartbreaks in channel history. Had to stand up for this. I'm actually nervous to check. No idea. It always just goes straight to the weekly hub. We have a first round bye, obviously. So if we won week 18, we're literally just 2 wins away from the Super Bowl. But the question is now, did we actually win week 18? Moment of truth. 23-7. We've officially finished the regular season a picture-perfect 17-0. What a regular season, brother. As the only team that really came that close to beating us was the Broncos in week 9. But what an absolute dominant finish to the season. I mean, the closest margin of victory the last month and a half was what, 17? I mean, beating an incredible Philadelphia Eagles team 23-7 in Philly. That has got to be an indicator that we're about to go 20-0 win the Super Bowl, right? We sacked Jalen Hurts 9 times. 9 times. I am actually so excited to go look at these final season stats before we get into the playoffs because, brother, I got to let the cortisol kind of settle for a minute. Of course, we finished with the NFL's #1 offense. Defensively, I'm assuming we did the same. I think the invisible method has been proven true, that if it's invisible, that means you finished with the same exact ranking in both sides of the ball, although it's super close there from Patriots. Justin Herbert, 5,100 yards, 42 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. On the ground, Hampton got even better, but I told you that's why we signed Charbonnet, dude. 13 rushing touchdowns. I don't know why the backup always, 9 times out of 10, ends up with more touchdowns than the starter, but that's why we did it. It was strategic, although I don't like the fact that Hampton fumbled 5 times, so we can look past that with the 1,500-yard season. Now, through the air, Malik Neighbors, a massive step forward at 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns. Ladd McConkey, don't forget, had a stinky year last year. Not this season, though. A career year, 1,500 yards, 16 tutties. Although it was Rashee Rice who kind of fell off. I don't know why we can't have 3 receivers do good. Who got the sacks? Max Crosby, what an addition he was, boys. We ruined one of our division rivals, and for good reason. I'm glad we did it. 19 sacks from him. Greg had 11. Jalen Carter was 7. Walter Nolan was 7. And Big Derwin James with 8 interceptions, dude. That might have won him Defensive Player of the Year. Had a defensive touchdown as well. So did Joey Porter. The silverware's coming in, boys. Justin Herbert wins NFL MVP. Jim Harbaugh wins Coach of the Year. Did we sweep it? No. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jamar Chase. Max Crosby does win Defensive Player of the Year. We finish off the regular season as a 94 overall team with a 96 offense and 93 defense. I mean, dude, our lowest overall starter is a 90. Or maybe an 88 with Rashee Rice. We don't have a starter in the offensive line under 90. Brock Bowers, our first player, up to a 99 overall. I mean, this has got to be one of the best squads I've ever assembled on the most overpowered simulation team in Madden 27. This has got to be the year, boys. And in year 2 at that, which would be insane, man. All right, we get the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round, who only went 9-8 on the season. And I think, honestly here, boys, I'm going to take myself a little leap of faith. I'm going to go ahead and advance this bad boy all the way to the Super Bowl, because surely at this point, the momentum's behind us. Let's win our next 2, improve to 19-0 on the season, to leave it up to one final game. And was it ever a freaking doubt? I gotta see this. Oh my gosh, 51-24, 35-14. Now all we have to do is get past the Detroit Lions, which funny enough is a team we already beat in the regular season, which to be fair was one of our closest games of the regular season, which that game was in Detroit. Oh, the team got a boost up to 96. Oh my god, all kinds of movement Super Bowl week, dude. We have Malik Neighbors up to X Factor, Lab McConkey up to X Factor. I think Tanner Bortolini up to Superstar, and it's extremely rare to see linemen get a boost. Oh god, dude, Derwin James got his X Factor back. Jalen Carter up to X Factor. And here we have it, brethren, to make Madden 27 history, to go down as the first individual to put together a 20-0 season. Took a lot of Madden science, took a lot of simulations to know that the Chargers were already Madden's most overpowered team. I've been a full-time YouTuber for over 10 years now, boys, and I have to say, if we lose this game, it would probably be one of the most heartbreaking losses I've ever endured. But it's not going to happen, though. We're going to rebuke that energy to make Madden 27 history. At the end of the day, did we win back-to-back Super Bowls? Let's scroll over. I still have no idea. All will be determined by the League History tab. All right, come on, brother. No way, right? No way. 26-6. It's been done. The LA Chargers go down in channel history. As today, in conclusion, I think we all can agree that EA Sports, you need to tune down those Chargers. Now, if you enjoyed that one, I would greatly appreciate your subscription to the channel if you haven't clicked subscribe just yet. If you want more, click right here for more Madden 27.